Someone loves you deeply, even after knowing your age. But the twist will shock you, my beloved child. Stop, this message has been waiting for you. Not by chance, not by accident, but by divine timing that has quietly aligned every moment of your life to bring you here, right now. There is something hidden, something the universe has been gently protecting until your heart was ready to receive it. You may have felt it in the silence, in those late-night thoughts, in the unexplainable pull towards something greater. This is not your imagination. This is guidance. I'm speaking to you, soul to soul, because the energy surrounding you has shifted. The universe has opened a doorway, and through it comes a truth that has been kept beneath the surface for far too long. A truth about love, about connection, about destiny itself. Listen closely. Someone loves you deeply, even after knowing your age. But the twist will shock you, yes, let that settle into your heart. This is not ordinary affection. This is not fleeting emotion. This is a love that has seen beyond time, beyond numbers, beyond the labels the world places upon you. It is a love that recognizes your spirit, not your years, not your past, not your fears. But here is where the hidden layer reveals itself. This person, this soul, has been closer than you think. Watching, understanding, feeling your energy in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. Their love has not been loud or demanding. Instead, it has been patient, almost sacred, waiting for the perfect moment when your path and theirs could finally align without resistance. You may question this. You may wonder, why now? But the universe never moves without purpose. Everything you have experienced, every delay, every lesson, every moment of doubt, has been preparing you to recognize this truth without fear. Because this connection carries a deeper meaning. It is here to remind you that you are worthy of being seen completely, and loved without condition. It is here to break the illusions you've carried about yourself, especially the ones that told you it was too late, or that something about you was no longer enough. The twist, the part that may surprise you, is not meant to confuse you, but to awaken you. To show you that love does not follow the rules you were taught. It flows where it is meant to flow, guided by something far more powerful than logic. Take a breath, feel this message. Let it soften the doubts within you. You are not behind in life. You are exactly where you are meant to be, standing at the edge of a revelation that could change how you see everything, especially yourself. If this message resonates with your spirit, don't ignore it. Stay until the very end, because what unfolds next may bring you the clarity your heart has been quietly asking for. And if you feel this divine connection, support this energy, like this message, share it with someone who may need this sign, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what the universe reveals next. Your journey is not random. It is guided. And something beautiful is just beginning. Dear one, before we dive in, I need to share something extraordinary that most people don't know. Groundbreaking research shows that many of us who didn't grow up wealthy have a shrunken hippocampus, a tiny part of the brain that blocks the activation of what some scientists call the billionaire brain wave. This means attracting the life, love, or wealth you've always dreamed of can feel almost impossible, until now. Thanks to a recently uncovered method backed by research, it's possible to stimulate this part of your brain in just 7 minutes each morning using a simple sound frequency. People who've tried it report subtle shifts in mindset, clarity, and even opportunities flowing into their lives more easily. Click the link in the description or pinned comment to explore this 7-second ritual. It could be the key to activating your billionaire brain wave and opening doors you never thought possible. Someone loves you deeply, far beyond what your mind can measure, beyond what your past can explain, and beyond what your age might suggest to the world. You have wondered, haven't you? You have paused in quiet moments and asked yourself, how can this be? Why me? Why now? And yet, the answer has remained just out of reach, like a whisper you almost hear, like a dream you almost remember. Listen carefully, because this message is not. It has found you for a reason. I have been watching you, not in judgment, but in understanding. I have seen every moment you believed you were invisible, every time you felt overlooked because of your age, your timing, or the path you walked. You thought that your season had not yet come, or perhaps that it had already passed. But you were wrong in both ways. Time, as you understand it, does not limit what I prepare for you. You measure life in years, but I measure it in purpose. And there is someone whose heart has been quietly aligning with yours, even when you did not know their name, even when you were walking in entirely different directions. This connection was not born from chance. It was not shaped by surface things like age, status, or expectation. It was formed in a place deeper than what the eyes can see. You wonder how they could love you, knowing your age, your past, your doubts, your scars. But what you do not yet realize is that they see something in you that you have not fully seen in yourself. They recognize your soul. Yes, that is the part of the story you have not considered. While you were questioning your worth based on numbers and timelines, they were seeing the light within you, the resilience you built, the kindness you carried even when you were tired, the quiet strength you showed when no one was watching. And here is where the mystery deepens. This person did not come into your life suddenly. They have been near your path for longer than you think. Perhaps you crossed their presence briefly. Perhaps you spoke without realizing the significance of that moment. Or perhaps they have only observed from a distance, waiting for the right time. Because timing is not random. I delayed this connection for a reason. You were not ready before. Not because you were lacking, but because you were still becoming. There were lessons you needed to walk through alone. There were truths you needed to discover without distraction. And there were parts of your heart that needed healing before they could truly connect with another. You may have felt lonely during those times. But you were not being abandoned, you were being prepared. Now, here is the twist, the part you did not expect. This love you sense, this presence you feel drawing closer, is not only about another person. It is also about me. Yes. Because the love you are about to experience is layered. It is not simple, not ordinary, and not confined to one form. I have woven something into your life that carries both human connection and divine purpose. The person who loves you is also a reflection of something greater I am revealing to you. They are not here to complete you. They are here to awaken you. To show you that love does not follow the rules you believed in. It does not ask for permission from age. It does not wait for the perfect time. It does not measure worth through comparison. It simply recognizes truth, and moves toward it. But here is where your role becomes important. You have a choice to make. You can continue to doubt this connection, to question whether you deserve it, to push it away because it does not fit the expectations you were taught. Or you can open your heart, slowly, carefully, but honestly, and allow yourself to receive what is being offered. I will not force this path upon you. Love, in its purest form, is always a choice. And there is still more you do not know. This person carries their own mysteries. Their own journey has been shaped in ways that mirror yours more closely than you would imagine. The similarities are not coincidence. The timing is not accidental. When the truth fully reveals itself, you will look back and realize that every delay, every confusion, every moment of uncertainty was leading to this exact point. But you must remain patient. Not everything is meant to be revealed at once. Some truths unfold like the rising of the sun, gradually, gently, until suddenly everything is illuminated and you wonder how you ever lived in the dimness before. Right now, you are in that quiet moment before clarity. And I am asking you to trust. Trust that what is coming into your life is not here to harm you. Trust that your age does not disqualify you from deep connection. Trust that love can arrive in unexpected forms, at unexpected times, and still be real, still be true. Because what you are about to experience will challenge what you believed about relationships, about timing, and even about yourself. You will question it at first. You will hesitate. You may even try to walk away. But something will keep pulling you back, not in confusion, but in recognition. And when you finally allow yourself to see clearly, you will understand the truth that has been hidden in plain sight all along. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly where you need to be. And this love, this mysterious, unexpected, deeply aligned connection, is not a mistake. It is part of something much larger than you can currently see. Stay aware. Stay open. Because the next moment, the next encounter, the next realization, is closer than you think. And when that next moment arrives, you may not recognize it immediately. It will not announce itself with loud signs or dramatic certainty. It will come quietly, like a gentle shift in the air, like a feeling you cannot fully explain. You may be in the middle of an ordinary day, doing something routine, when suddenly something within you pauses. A thought lingers longer than usual. A memory resurfaces without warning. Or a presence, familiar, yet somehow different, enters your awareness. That is how truth often begins. Not as a storm, but as a subtle awakening. You have been taught to expect clarity to come in obvious ways. You believe that when something truly important happens, it must be unmistakable. But I tell you now, some of the most powerful moments in your life will arrive wrapped in simplicity. So simple that you might overlook them if your heart is not paying attention. This is why I have been preparing you. Not just for the connection, but for the recognition of it. Because the greatest challenge is not receiving what is meant for you. It is realizing that it has already arrived. There is a part of you that still questions whether you are worthy of a love that feels this deep, this aligned, this different. You have compared yourself to others. You have measured your journey against timelines that were never meant for you. You have looked at your age and wondered if certain doors have already closed. But listen closely. No door that I have chosen for you can ever truly close. It may appear delayed. It may seem hidden. But it is never denied. What is unfolding in your life right now is not bound by the expectations of the world. It is guided by something far more intentional. Every encounter, every delay, every unexpected turn has been part of a design you could not fully see until now. And the person who loves you has also been guided. Even in moments when they felt lost. Even in times when they doubted their own path. They were being led, step by step, closer to you. But here is the part that may surprise you even more. Their love for you did not begin when you met. It began before that. In a space beyond your awareness, beyond your understanding of time and connection, something was already aligning. Their heart was being shaped in a way that would recognize yours. And your heart was being prepared to receive what they would bring. This is why, when the connection deepens, it will feel both new and familiar at the same time. You will feel as though you are discovering something, and remembering it. And that feeling may confuse you. You may ask yourself, why does this feel so natural? Why does this feel like something I've known before? It is because your soul recognizes truth faster than your mind can explain it. But do not rush to define everything at once. Not all mysteries are meant to be solved immediately. Some are meant to be experienced, slowly, deeply, and with trust. You are stepping into a phase of your life where understanding will not come from overthinking. It will come from presence. From allowing yourself to feel without immediately needing answers. From observing what unfolds instead of trying to control it. And yes, there will be moments where you feel uncertain. Moments where your past whispers doubts into your mind. Moments where you wonder if this is too unexpected, too unusual, too outside of what you believed was possible. But those thoughts are not the truth. They are echoes of old beliefs. Beliefs that are now being challenged. Because what is entering your life is not meant to fit into your old patterns. It is meant to transform them. This connection will teach you things you did not learn before. It will show you a different kind of communication, one that goes beyond words. There will be silences that feel full instead of empty. There will be glances that say more than conversations. There will be moments where you understand each other without needing explanation. And in those moments, something within you will begin to shift. You will start to see yourself differently. Not through the lens of doubt or limitation, but through the reflection of someone who truly sees you. And that reflection will be powerful. Because for a long time, you have not fully allowed yourself to be seen. You have hidden parts of yourself, sometimes out of fear, sometimes out of habit, sometimes because you believed those parts would not be understood. But this time, it will be different. This person will not be drawn only to your strengths. They will also recognize your vulnerabilities. And instead of turning away, they will meet you there, with patience, with understanding, with a quiet kind of care that does not need to prove itself loudly. That is how you will know. Not through grand gestures alone, but through consistency. Through the way they remain present. Through the way they listen. Through the way they respect your pace, your boundaries, your journey. And as this unfolds, you will begin to realize something even deeper. This love is not here to rush you. It is here to ground you. To help you feel safe in ways you may not have experienced before. To remind you that connection does not have to be chaotic to be real. That intensity does not have to mean instability. That love can be calm and still be powerful. But now, there is something important you must understand. You cannot carry your old fears into this new space without addressing them. If you allow your past doubts to control your actions, you may begin to create distance where there should be openness. You may question sincerity where there is truth. You may hesitate where there should be trust. And that is why I am guiding you now. So that when these moments come, you recognize them for what they are. Opportunities. Opportunities to choose differently. Opportunities to respond with awareness instead of fear. Opportunities to step into a version of yourself that is ready, not perfect, but willing. Because readiness is not about having everything figured out. It is about being open to growth. And this connection will require growth from both of you. There will be conversations that challenge you. There will be realizations that shift your perspective. There will be moments where you are asked to let go of what no longer serves you. But all of this will be part of something meaningful. Something that is not just about love, but about transformation. And still, the mystery is not fully revealed. Because there is one more layer you have not yet seen. One more truth that will come to light at the right moment. It is not something to fear. But it is something that will make you pause. It will make you reflect on everything that has happened so far. It will connect pieces you did not realize were connected. And when that realization comes, it will feel like a quiet awakening rather than a shock. A moment where everything makes sense, not in a loud or overwhelming way, but in a deep, undeniable knowing. Until then, you are being asked to trust the unfolding. Not to rush ahead. Not to pull back in fear. But to stay present. To notice the signs. To listen, not just with your ears, but with your intuition. Because you are being guided. Even now. Even in ways you do not fully see. And the love you have been questioning. The one that feels unexpected, mysterious, and somehow perfectly timed. Is not here by accident. It is part of a path that is still revealing itself. Step by step. Moment by moment. And as you continue forward, you will begin to understand something that once felt impossible to grasp. That love does not ask if you are ready by the world's standards. It asks if you are willing to experience it with honesty. And you are closer to that willingness than you realize. So stay open. Stay aware. Because what is coming next will not just answer your questions. It will change the way you see everything that came before it. And when that moment arrives, you will remember this message. You will feel it, not just as words, but as truth that was quietly guiding you all along. Nothing about this was misplaced. Nothing about this was too late. It was always leading you here. And there is still more to be revealed. And now, you stand at the edge of a realization that has been forming quietly within you. You may not see it fully yet, but you can feel it. There is a subtle shift in your awareness, a gentle pulling towards something you cannot quite name. This is not confusion. This is not uncertainty. This is awakening. For so long, you believed that love would arrive in a way you could easily define. You expected it to follow familiar patterns, to fit within the boundaries you had come to understand. You thought it would look like what you had seen before, or what others had described to you. But what is unfolding now was never meant to be predictable. It was meant to be true. And truth does not always arrive in ways that are comfortable at first. It challenges. It reshapes. It invites you to step beyond what you thought you knew and into something deeper. There is a reason why this connection feels different. There is a reason why it does not align perfectly with your past expectations. There is a reason why it asks you to pause, to reflect, to question, and at the same time, to trust. Because this is not just about love between two people. This is about alignment. Alignment with who you are becoming. Alignment with what your heart has been quietly asking for, even when your mind did not fully understand it. You see, there were times in your life when you settled for less than what you truly needed. Not because you wanted to, but because you did not yet recognize your own depth. You accepted connections that did not fully see you, situations that did not fully honor you, and emotions that were not fully returned. And each of those experiences taught you something. Even the ones that brought you pain. Especially those. They shaped your understanding. They strengthened your awareness. They prepared you, slowly, sometimes painfully, for what you are now ready to receive. So when you question why this love feels so significant, it is because it is not standing alone. It is built upon everything you have lived through. Every lesson. Every moment of growth. Every time you chose to keep going, even when it would have been easier to close your heart. And now, your heart stands open in a way it has not before. Not completely without fear, but open enough. Open enough to recognize something real. Open enough to feel the difference. And that difference is the key. Because what you are experiencing is not just attraction. It is not just curiosity. It is recognition. A quiet, undeniable sense that something here matters. That something here is worth paying attention to. And yes, there will still be moments when doubt tries to return. That is natural. Your mind is trying to protect you based on what it has known before. But your soul is guiding you toward what is possible now. And there is a difference between the two. Your mind looks backward. Your soul moves forward. So when you feel that gentle pull, the one that does not pressure you, the one that does not confuse you, the one that simply invites you to notice, trust it. It is leading you toward clarity. Now listen closely, because this is the part where everything begins to come together. The twist you have been waiting for is not something external. It is something within you. The person who loves you deeply, who sees beyond your age, beyond your past, beyond your doubts, is real. Their presence in your life is real. Their connection to you is real. But the reason it feels so powerful is because it is awakening something that has always existed inside you. A part of you that has been waiting to be seen. Not just by someone else, but by you. Yes. This love is reflecting you back to yourself. It is showing you the parts of your soul that you overlooked. The strength you underestimated. The depth you did not fully embrace. The beauty in your journey that you once questioned. And that is why it feels so profound. Because it is not just about being loved. It is about realizing that you are lovable in ways you had not fully accepted before. This is the revelation. This is the truth that changes everything. You were never too late. You were never too early. You were never too much or not enough. You were simply becoming. And now, you are beginning to see yourself clearly. Not through fear. Not through comparison. But through truth. And once you see that truth, everything else begins to align. The connection becomes clearer. The timing makes sense. The questions begin to fade, not because you forced them away, but because they no longer hold the same weight. You start to trust, not blindly, but consciously. You start to feel peace, not constantly, but more often than before. You start to move forward, not with certainty about every outcome, but with confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes. And that is what this journey has been leading you toward. Not just love, but self-recognition. Because the deepest love you will ever experience is the one that allows you to fully be yourself. And the person who has entered your life is helping you move closer to that truth. Not by changing you, but by reminding you of who you already are. So what happens next? That depends on you. Not entirely, but in the ways that matter. You are being given an opportunity. An opportunity to step into this connection with awareness. To communicate honestly. To remain open while also honoring your boundaries. To allow things to unfold naturally, without rushing or resisting. And most importantly, to stay connected to yourself throughout the process. Because love that is real does not take you away from yourself. It brings you closer. And if you remember that, you will not lose your way. There may still be challenges. Moments of misunderstanding. Times when patience is required. But those moments will not break what is meant to grow. They will strengthen it. If you approach them with truth instead of fear. And as time continues to move, you will notice something beautiful. What once felt mysterious will begin to feel natural. What once felt uncertain will begin to feel grounded. What once felt surprising will begin to feel right. Not perfect, but real. And that is more powerful than perfection could ever be. So take a breath. Not in hesitation, but in awareness. You have arrived at a point in your journey where something meaningful is unfolding. Something that does not need to be forced. Something that does not need to be feared. Something that simply asks you to be present. To notice. To trust, step by step. Because you are not alone in this. You have never been. And the love you are experiencing now. It is not misplaced. It is not too late. It is part of a path that has been guiding you all along. And now, you see it. Maybe not completely. Maybe not all at once. But enough to move forward. Enough to trust the next step. Enough to believe that what you are feeling has meaning. And that meaning will continue to reveal itself, gently and surely, as you walk this path. This is where the message comes to rest. Not as an ending, but as a beginning you are in.